Hi, Nikki Miklos-Woodley here from Evergreen Coaching. I'd like to talk to you today about self-care. So self-care is something that I'm hugely passionate about, and I think it's hugely important, really critical for anybody and everybody in life. Regardless if you're running your own business from the ground up, if you're working, if you're climbing the corporate ladder, if you're a full-time parent, it doesn't matter what you're doing, self-care is so important. And yet it astounds me that consistently it's often the thing that's forgotten about or not made a priority. And that's myself included. You know, I need to continually remind myself to make sure, is my self-care strategy in place? Is my self-love bank full? What am I doing to make sure that it stays that way? So I felt that was a really timely thing to talk about today. And as I was thinking about it, I wanted to give you some really good practical tools and tips that you can start implementing in your life straight away, all around self-care. So my top 3 things today is number 1, stay connected with your purpose. So life can get really crazy, really hectic sometimes. So it's really important that we stay connected with our purpose. Why are we doing what we're doing? What is it that is the value out of why we're doing what we're doing? If you can stay connected, then you'll continue to stay motivated and inspired by the outcome. So that's kind of a top tip for everything and anything, always. But also with self-care, because it gives you that sense of fulfillment. The second thing is to schedule me time. So I don't know about you, but for me, it's so easy to say, I'm going to have some me time this week. But what really works well is when you actually schedule it. Pop it in the calendar. Make it a big rock, a non-negotiable. Let the people around you know what you're doing so they can support you in that as well. So schedule in your me time. Don't just talk about doing it. And it could be 15 minutes, as a starting point. If you're thinking, how on earth am I going to schedule that in? Start with small amounts of time and start simple. So me time is really anything that you enjoy, anything that you really love to do. And in that scheduled me time, it cannot be something that you feel you should do or that you have to do. So for example, if you schedule an hour on the weekend and you go for a run, that's fine as long as you're not going for a run because you should. It's because in the moment you felt like it, then that's genuine me time. So there's a bit of a difference there. The third thing I really want to share with you is around bringing in the mindfulness to your everyday. So how can you do this? A couple of little tips would be meditating. 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't do any, even just 5 to 10 minutes every day. If it's a guided meditation, there's loads of great apps out there, or listening to really nice music. 5 or 10 minutes of that every day, and that's going to help you create more awake moments in your day, bring more mindfulness. Another thing that you can do is set an alarm. So I've in the past set, I still haven't, an alarm for 9 a.m, midday and 3 p.m. So sometimes I'll do a quick 60-second meditation wherever I am, or at the very least, it brings me back to that moment. It gives me awareness of where I am in my day. So there are a couple of little things that you can do, and I'm sure that you would be able to think of so many different ways that you can bring mindfulness into your everyday. So for me, 3 top things about self-care: stay connected to your purpose, make sure you schedule in some me time, and really look at how you can bring mindfulness into your everyday. Start small, start with baby steps, whatever works for you. You don't have to do what I do or what your best friend does or the neighbour. Do what works for you, just do something. Get started with something and make sure you do that today. So I'd love for you to share with me how you're going, comment, and let me know, because self-care is just so critical and so important. So that's it from me today. I'll connect with you soon, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.